Hello.
Greetings. Something I've not said for a while. Guys, thank you all so very, very much for being here with us. You obviously know that we haven't had a video go up today, so we have decided for our last week in the US of A, we won't be doing uploads purely because of time, and we want to try and get a little bit of downtime. But we have one more week left in your amazing country, and today we're going to be talking about some of the stories that you haven't or won't hear until tonight about our 5,000-mile journey through 17 states and one country. So we've got a lot of stories. We are going to have plenty of time for questions and answers. Thank you again all for being here. And first of all, cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, we all those miles, we were here for America's 250th birthday. And the first story, I think, which is quite amusing. I think it's quite amusing because it's very us. It wouldn't be an American holiday if we didn't get locked out of our accommodation. So a lot of you may remember 2 holidays ago or 2 vacations ago, Alana, when we went to Texas for the first time, locked us out on the balcony, and it was too high for us to get out. Literally, if you jumped out the balcony, you would have broken your legs. We were kind of in the middle of nowhere. She'd locked the door. We couldn't get in. I was almost tempted to smash the window to get in. A bit traumatic, but we managed to get in. Rewind to the last time we went to Florida. Alana.
No, I'm gonna put my foot down there because Alana got the blame, but we're not actually sure that she did. But we did speak about these locks that you guys seem to have over here. So it's the round circular doorknob with the tiny little lock in the middle. And we were in Florida and we'd gone off to a wedding.
My niece's wedding.
And somehow when we came back late at night with Alana in the car, we could not get back in the accommodation. The lock would not open, would it? And I think it turned out that somehow that lock had got pressed or something had happened, and then the door locked behind us, but you couldn't open it from the outside.
You could not open it from the outside. It was like an independent lock. So the guy came out. He was an English guy, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was, but he wasn't very happy. And then we got charged for it, didn't we? He charged us.
Yeah, we got charged for a call out, even though we don't really feel like it was our fault. And a lot of people said, you should contest that. But we were just like, you know what? We needed we thought we were going to be using the same site to do other accommodation bookings. We didn't want any hassle and stuff. So we just paid it and thought we'd complain about it later. Never did. However, we were here the other day.
Here in
Florida. And we thought we'll pop out quickly. We'll get some shopping because we didn't have a lot in, did we? And we got a few little bits and pieces, including some fresh chicken and bits and pieces. Got back to the accommodation. Could not get in. So it was one of those keypad, with the numbers on it. Keypad locks. Yeah. And
no power.
Nothing was happening. And it turned out that the power had died on it. We had no key or anything. We could not get back in. We could not contact the accommodation owners. We were trying our best. And the telephone number that we had for them just kept ringing. It went to a voicemail straight away, but said this mailbox has not been set up, and then just cut off.
Yeah, so it wasn't, you didn't go to a voicemail as such or an answer phone message. It was like a pre-recorded. This phone, as you said, is not set up with an answer phone. We couldn't get through. Bearing in mind, we've got an 11-month-old, a 4-year-old, and it's nearly 100 degrees outside. We were nearly out of gas as well, weren't we? And we were like, what are we going to do?
Also, it was time for Alyssa's feed. And because we thought, we were only going to be back quite quickly, we didn't worry about that. So we couldn't get in and we were locked out for over an hour. And we had to contact Airbnb in the end and say, look, we cannot get hold of the hosts. And they couldn't get hold of the hosts either. So I was getting a bit twitchy at this point, and they advised us to check into a hotel, didn't they? They said, just check into a hotel, send us the receipt, we'll cover the cost, we'll sort it out with the owners and stuff. But I was like, I literally can't do that. I can, but I've not got anything for anybody. Yes, okay, we could have gone and bought toothbrushes and that for the evening, but things like medication, that's in the accommodation. Alyssa's formula, her bottles, everything. And it was like, if we were having to spend a night in a hotel without being able to get all of our stuff, we would literally have to have bought diapers, formula, bottle. We probably had a pacifier with us. We could have made do with the clothes we were wearing. We probably all would have wanted our teeth cleaned, so toothbrushes, and it would have been quite a costly thing, wasn't it? But then, literally, just after the hour, we managed to get into the accommodation. One of the co-hosts, I think they were, for the property, came back to us and said here's a way you can get a spare key and everything. So we got in. But funny story, because literally every time we have been away of late, we managed to get locked out.
So yeah, three times we've been locked out. Can you, Adam and Eva? So yeah, we can kind of laugh about it now, but it was quite stressful at the time. And again, if anyone in the chat would like to give us recommendations of places to go rather than criticizing us, please feel free to email us directly and give us some ideas where you would like to go. We are only here for a short amount of time, and I'm hoping that you can all understand that. So yeah, if you have recommendations of places to go, please reach out and tell us rather than like criticizing us. That would be wonderful. Thank you, my friends. You can email us, mrhandfriends@gmail.com. Email us and tell us where you would like us to go. That will be fabulous. Now, we've seen, you've messaged quite a few times, and I have replied. Yes. Please email me or us where you would like us to go and tell us why you would like us to go. We are guided by you guys where we should and shouldn't go. So hopefully we've put that one to bed. So thank you. You can tell your friend now.
So on to what other things have been going on. So we got to try some of your lovely American bacon, but the result of that is the accommodation now stinks of bacon. We cannot get the smell of bacon out. So, if you've got any advice for those kind of things, like how to remove bacon smells from homes, we're all ears for that one. Because the first thing Alana said when we got back in earlier, didn't she? She said, "Mummy, it smells of bacon still in here." And we're like, uh-oh. So I don't know how you get the bacon smell out of an accommodation or even at home. It just seems to... I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we're in Florida and, you've got the aircon on, but not the windows and doors open. And when we're at home and we cook bacon, we'd usually open the doors. And bearing in mind, we do quite a lot of smoking, not in the house.
Not in the house,
but, some of the smells do waft into the house, especially if we've been like hot holding something in the oven, for argument's sake. That smell will go throughout the house and we can manage to get rid of it. But yeah, the bacon smell, it's a lovely smell. I'm not gonna
say otherwise.
That was the word. However, I'm not sure if I appreciate it when I wake up in the middle of the night and be like, bacon. Where's the bacon? I want bacon now.
So you're gonna hear this here first. Your bacon is very different to our streaky bacon. So that would be in another video. We're going to talk about bacon. And we kind of get it now. I mean, we got it before.
Yes.
We love bacon anyway. I mean, not saying British bacon isn't good. It's very, very good. The streaky bacon versus the American bacon, I say, is quite different. But I'm gonna have to get round to editing it. But things are so crazy and manic at the moment. We're just trying to take a little bit of time to decompress. Is that a right word?
Yeah, I suppose so. Like I suppose relax a little bit, because we have driven thousands and thousands of miles, not forgetting the amount of miles we flew, not ourselves, obviously we were passengers, but as those of you that have children or have had children in the past, you know that it's not easy traveling with children. And even
bad enough with me, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Even though the girls have been as good as gold. It's not like you just kick back and relax the whole time, because you're constantly having to entertain them. Or say like on the flight, Alyssa was on one of our laps because she doesn't have her own seat on the flight. And then it is quite a long flight anyway, and then coupled with us actually doing all the driving between us and then entertaining the kids and then stopping and planning and organising and editing, we didn't have much downtime. So now I think it's time for us to try and go. But I feel like the minute we do that, we're going to be flying back home. So it is actually really bittersweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit depressing at the moment, but I mean, like we said, it's long travel, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing, but a little bit stressful at times. But that kind of leads us on nicely to something else that will not be in any of our videos. Now, I've not seen this in the UK at all. I've got, I don't mind admitting, I've got like, well, quite a bit of anxiety. I always have, a bit of a worrier. And when we were walking about in Amish country, Pennsylvania, we went to this lovely little village, and they had all these like herbal things, and
there's soaps and like various other things. Like I think it was more of a place where you could buy things to help you relax at home, along with like a few like natural skincare products, let's say bath products. And you came across that, didn't you?
So yes, stress relief.
I've got an idea.
And it's relief.
Does it actually smell?
Yeah, it's what's the stress? Is it lavender that sort of? Don't stick it right up your nose.
Well, I wasn't going to. I know, even though we're married, I don't want to stick it up my nose. I would say if we walk around with that up our nose, we will conquer the bacon smell also, so it won't be a problem. Have you got 4 of them?
Yeah.
We should just walk around.
Our eyes would be watering because it'd be like, whoa. But yeah, I'm not sure I don't think lavender. I'm not sure it works that well. But you know, I've not seen this. This won't be in a video, but I've not seen these in the UK. I was like, I'll give it a go. It's all natural, and that will not be on the video. But
I did have I've had various different products like that, like stress relievers and calming things. So I used to suffer from migraines and like things you can rub on your temples and pulse points. But I haven't seen a nasal one. The only nasal kind of things I've seen like that are things for like decongestants. Or if you've got like a cold, isn't it? That I suppose is a decongestant as well there. Yeah.
And we've got a super chat.
The legend that is Jeff. Oh, thank you,
Love you, brother.
Oh, Olive Garden is a bit more pricey than Cracker Barrel. Here's something to help out. Oh, bless you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. So that kind of like goes quite nicely. I don't know if you've got your phone.
No.
But we met a wonderful, our server,
yes.
Ebony. She was absolutely amazing. She's actually subscribed to the channel. We got a photograph of her. She was amazing.
She like literally brought the party and the whole atmosphere to Olive Garden, I think.
Yeah.
She was just like, you could, in a lovely way, you could hear her laughing and joking with the other tables. She was like, I think, and I've only worked this out afterwards, they come over to your table when you first get them and say, hi family. And I didn't catch that until afterwards. And somebody, I can't remember who it was, I think it was Innkeeper, said, oh, you're all family. And then it twigged to me, they call you family, which was really nice. But she was so friendly and she was like, ma'am, don't worry about that. Let me sort that out. You relax, enjoy your food. And
she was amazing. Yeah, Ebony.
Yes.
And we got chatting to her. And not only was she like really good at her job, she knew the menu inside out. Because we said, look, we've never been here before. Can you help? And she went through everything with us, didn't she? She went through everything.
Literally every it was all menu item.
In her head. She'd been there 3 years, but this is wonderful. In her spare time, she's a grandma as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like she'd be a grandma.
I don't think I think she's lying. Like she looked too young to be a grandma, but you know.
But she'd just done her master's in business science.
Yes. I think it was business science management, wasn't it?
Business science management.
And so she's going to be graduating. And this is the lovely thing that we've really enjoyed about our journeys is meeting people, whether that be people that we just bump into through whatever we tend to be doing, and then you get chatting and then you learn a little bit about them. And we seem to like manage to do that with people. We love talking to people.
Yeah.
We love getting their stories, and yeah, it's just nice that she felt willing to talk to us a bit about her life.
And yeah, I mean, to do that later on in life, to go and do her masters while working, you know, she's got kids. She said her son had moved. I can't remember if she said she was Virginia or something. I can't remember now, but moved to Florida.
Fort Lauderdale.
Sorry.
Still in Florida.
And I've got so much respect for her, because she was hardworking, soul of the party, and yeah, we put a picture up. I've got a picture with her. Put her up on social media. But wowzer!
Oh my gosh!
Super duper chap.
The only thing is it only comes up with like the user handle. So I don't know who sent it as such, but it just comes up as 65794DF. Well, thank you. That's a long name for me to remember to say, but 65749DF. Thank you so much.
That is really kind. Thank you. If you've got anything to say or want to ask us a question, please
pop it in the chat.
Yeah. That is really kind. Thank you so much.
I was agreeing with the comments as well. So a good server does make all the difference. That's what Brenda said.
Yeah.
And that's true. They make you feel like you want to be there and you're welcomed there. And it's not just like, and this is some of the things I struggle with in some restaurants, which I've not experienced over here. And I know we make these comparisons a lot about differences between UK and US hospitality. And there are lots of places in the UK where it is spot on and they're correct and everything that they do. But there's also quite a few places where they're not as good at what they do. And they sometimes make you feel like you're a hassle for asking for a drink or for something, or they're not as attentive. So,
which I think kind of nicely leads us on to another story when we were in Boston.
Yes. Actually, we'll rephrase that. We were in Massachusetts because we weren't actually in Boston at that point, were we?
Well, we were at the tea party. Tea party.
Okay. There's two stories there's many stories, I think. Okay, so yes.
Yeah, talking about servers, you got really good. Ebony, she was, as we would say in the UK, she was mustard. She was brilliant.
She was top tier, wasn't she?
She was top tier. And good luck to her.
Yes.
Boston, Massachusetts.
So we were at the tea party.
And threw huzzah! Huzzah! Damn those British.
Had you ever heard that word before the tea party?
Yeah, but don't really say it.
Because I've never heard of that. And when everyone was saying it or they were telling us to say it, I had no idea what they were still saying. So I didn't say it. I was just like, because I've not heard of that at all. We were.
Sorry.
Oh, it's Pete from Indiana.
Hey.
Pete, you're welcome home. Oh, I said you did. You sent us the Disney Princesses in the Road Atlas 2 years ago. So
that's lovely. Thank you.
Alana still plays with them, and she will let Alyssa play with them on occasion. But she plays with them all the time. She's got some Paw Patrol characters that she likes, and she plays with them all together, doesn't she? And it's really nice. So she absolutely loves them.
And they're good quality. Because we did get her another princess, and she was crying. Alana was crying her eyes out because the head fell off. So
you might remember the discount. Is it discount store or the dollar stores that we went to before we set off on this road trip when we were back in Florida at the start of this. And we went to Five Below and we got the girls some toys and things to keep them entertained. And this doll did last the journey, but Alana came over and it was like a toy. It was like a scene from Toy Story. She had the head in one hand and the body in the other, and started crying her eyes.
It was heartbreaking.
And I was like, "What's wrong?" And she showed us, and I kind of laughed a little bit because we were watching Toy Story the other day, like the first Toy Story.
Oh, well, when all the kid takes the heads off. And
then they fix themselves, don't they? And they all look odd, but anyway. I did make the joke to her that we could be like that, and she didn't find it funny. But I said, well, what happened? Because I was thinking, cheap crap. No, she said she was trying to get the doll to do gymnastics, and she was moving her legs. So basically, she did it herself. She broke the head off because it didn't bend.
Yeah.
But sorry, we digress.
We've
talking about
digressed.
servers. So we were at Boston Tea Party. It was a hot day.
Very hot. Yeah.
We threw the tea over the harbour and then realised that we were thirsty. So we were like, damn, that was stupid. So we went to try and get ourselves a drink, didn't we? A refreshment.
We got some refreshments. We also got some clam chowder.
And we went to, I don't know for anybody that's been in Boston Tea Party, but I suppose it's like a little cafe. And we were stood in the queue, and then a guy walked to the cash register, and
the manager,
hang on, he didn't even look at us. He didn't do anything. And then I think somebody indicated that we should go to him, so we went over to him. He still did not look at us. He didn't even ask us what we wanted to order. So I then said, could we have whatever it was we were having? And then he rang it through the till. And then I just saw it come up to say how much we owed. And I was like, oh, but could I also have had this bottle of water or whatever it was? And then he just still didn't look at me, just carried on doing this. And then there was a new thing. And then I looked and I was like, because I thought I'll take note of his name just in case. And it said he was the manager. And I was like, and he did not utter one word to me, not even hello or tell me how much it was. He did not look at me. And I was like, wow, that's a way to make you feel friendly and welcome,
you
doesn't
really
it?
Still don't like the British, do you? I reckon it's because we're British. He didn't like us.
No.
But yeah, that was
I was doing my best Boston impression as well.
Yeah, I pretty thought you were. No, you weren't. But yeah, something. Yeah, maybe he was having a bad day. But yeah, he just didn't utter a word, didn't look at us, no eye contact, and it was just like we were being a bit of a pain. But bloody hell!
Oh, another
Super
legend.
Chat. Doug.
I'm thinking of you all. Bloody love you. We bloody love you too, Doug. We had the pleasure of meeting Doug. So that was...
And his son?
Yeah, and his son and his son's girlfriend. And we did mention this in the last live. But yeah, it was an absolutely wonderful time.
That was brilliant.
And that's what I'm saying. We absolutely love meeting people.
Yeah. Great people, great times, great food, great evening.
Exactly. It was a lovely evening. And the girls were a little bit... I think we just drove from West Massachusetts, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was a drive that shouldn't have taken us as long as it did. But, with kids, it did take a while. But I think Doug got to witness the crazy in Alyssa because she was sat in a high chair and we had like a booth and it was like a high booth table. It was a lovely table. And then they had these quite high chairs, if that makes sense. So she was like at the table, the same height as us. Well, she was just doing this, wasn't she? And she wasn't rocking that much, but she was making this whole thing rock. So the whole dinner, I was sat with my hand on her so that she couldn't rock herself to the floor. And I think some of you have seen her do that in videos at home in her high chair. Yes. But I think Doug thought it was hilarious, like what a little live wire she was.
Oh, and,
yeah, she was full of beans, wasn't she, that night as well? And
Alana's you'd never believe it. If you ever meet Alana, she's very shy, isn't she? She's very quiet. And it's a total polar opposite when she's, at home in front of a camera or in a little comfy space. So yeah, it's interesting. The both of them. Alyssa's very different. She's looking around. She makes friends wherever she goes. She's looking at everyone. Almost nosy.
Which is another thing. Like this whole trip. Like Alyssa has probably made more friends than anybody. So we've had the pleasure of meeting people, but Alyssa just made friends for us, and lots of people were interacting with Alyssa before we knew it. Like I think today as well, there was a table leaving and they were like talking to Alyssa. And also there was two strange incidents actually. One was in Canada, and I don't know if you realised when you watched this video, when we were on the boat, Journey Behind the Falls. Was that what it's called?
Yeah.
No, that's
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that's the bit behind when you go behind the falls. What's the boat called?
Journey
to the Falls.
Journey to the Falls. Yeah, the Canadian one. Yeah, Journey to the Falls. I think, or Journey Cruises or something. I can't remember what it's called now.
I've got it on my phone.
Yeah, I'll have a look. You keep talking.
So we were on that the cruise. I don't know why they call it a cruise because it's not like I'd imagine a cruise to be. but it was great fun. It was more like an adventure ride. Anyhow, there's a lady stood next to us, and she's got her phone out. Now, I think for anybody watching, you probably assume that she is just taking videos and pictures, but she was actually on a video call the whole time. But then I'm there holding Alyssa, and let's just pretend that this is her phone and this is Alyssa. She's there filming Alyssa and talking away with Alyssa and whoever's on the phone, like Alyssa's on the call. And I'm like, okay, I think that's slightly strange because you don't know us. And I don't think she was definitely a tourist, I would say. But she also, I don't think she was speaking any like English. So I don't know. She might have even told me something about Alyssa, but I couldn't be sure because I didn't know what she was saying. But yeah, I thought that was a little bit strange. And then we were actually I think it was in Boston, and me and Alana were stood, I think Alana and I were stood in a queue to get something. And this, like, lots of people were walking past, and this lady stopped and took a picture of Alana. But she was like literally, like, she literally stopped purposefully. It wasn't like she, like, it was very strange. But then she was an older lady, and then she kind of got ushered off by who I'm assuming were her like children. So I tried not to think too much of it, but there were two strange incidents there, and obviously we were with the girls at all times. But yeah, I did find it a bit strange that they would take videos or photos of our children with us there and not really.
Yeah, I didn't know that happened, but yeah.
No, because I was going like this to you, and you were like, "What?" You thought it was because it was so busy. I was like,
yeah,
and I was like, that lady just took a photo of Alana. But the thing is by the time, like, Alana was right next to me. By the time I realised what that lady had done, she'd been ushered off, and I was like, that is really quite strange.
Niagara City Cruises is the boat.
This phone, this is actually the baby monitor.
Thanks, Doug.
For Alyssa. If that's what you said, the phone looked like a soap, I think it was. No, Made of the Mist is actually the US one, isn't it? So the one that goes from the New York side, and we were on the Canada side, and it's a different name, which I'm so glad I found out, because I would have booked Made of the Mist, and we wouldn't have been able to get on it because we'd have been on the wrong side of the falls, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to swim across and get the...
Yeah. So I worked that one out.
So, we really needed that washdown, didn't we? That getting wet.
We did.
It was really hot. I mean, we had to shelter under some of the trees, didn't we? Because it got so hot. We had these little flannels that you get wet.
Yes.
Put around your neck.
Like cool towels or something.
Cool towels, yeah. They're really good to help sort of bring the temperature down. Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
No, somebody put in the chat as well, just based on that story, and I know it was quite weird, and it did make me feel uncomfortable, and yeah, it was quite strange, and I probably should have spoken up, but you know what it's like when you're not actually aware of what somebody's doing at first, and then it hits you afterwards. You're kind of like, okay, what just happened? But somebody put, and sorry, it's gone. It looks like you encountered a few weirdos. Now, I feel a bit mean calling somebody a weirdo, but we definitely did stumble upon a few in our journeys. And there was this one particular lady in Philadelphia.
Yeah. This is what happens when, when we were in Chicago, we had, like, I'm not sure chaperones, but, a guide. When we were in Philadelphia, we didn't know where we were going. So we knew where to get the Philly cheesesteak, and that was magnificent. And we were going to I wanted to do the Rocky steps. Big Rocky fan, love Rocky. And we were going to do Liberty Bell. But we basically walked in the wrong part of town, didn't we? And it became quite apparent that there's, let's say, substance abuse. And there was people passed out on the sidewalks. And one lady who was quite chesty, she had her boobies out, literally boobies out and nipples out, and she was sort of like, her face was and she had like one tooth. She was not threatening at all, in any way at all.
But the size of her they were ginormous, and they were walking towards us, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's got everything out, thinking like she's wearing too low cut a top. Then I realized her nipples were out as well, so like literally everything was out, and I was like, oh my gosh, the girls. I didn't know whether to show David first or the girls. I was like, this. I was just myself.
Like, we need to get out of it. We need to get and we must have stuck out like a sore thumb. But at no time was this woman threatening or anything like that. She was obviously had quite a few or been through a few issues, but she paid me a compliment.
She did.
She said she likes my greys. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. And I was like, we need to get out of here. Obviously, particularly, it's different when it's just you, but when you've got an 11-month-old and a 4-year-old and your wife, and it's like, yeah, we got to get out. And there was quite a few other things happened. And this is what happened. And it's the same in Bristol. There's places that you sort of go, you don't really want to go down. It's quite run down, or you know. So yeah, it was an eye opener, I guess. But you know, you've got to experience these. You know, I'm kind of glad in a way we've experienced maybe not the boobies, but this, and yeah.
The girls were blissfully unaware on all occasions.
Thankfully.
And I've noticed a few people saying in the chat about, you know, you should have reported those people. I'm not sure who I could have reported them to. And by the time, like, I guess the lady on the boat, but I couldn't be sure that she was like video calling. And like part of me, I like to not always, I try to be a bit positive with things and not necessarily think of the bad in people. But I assumed she just thought Alyssa was really cute because she did look really cute in a poncho. So
yeah.
I appreciate, like, there are strange people around, and you do need to be careful.
That's why I bought that. You know, I'm a bit more. I worry a lot.
Yes, but yeah, I would. You know, our kids, our girls, I'd never let anything. Us, and we were always saying, like, hold our hands, do this. We brief Alana particularly. You know, you need to hold on to mummy or daddy all the time. Yeah. And we don't, you know, we say you. So, you know, because you don't know. But yeah, we certainly don't want to make things look bad or negative. But you know, it's like any city, you're going to get areas that are, let's say, not so affluent as other areas. So, you know, quite a few things happened, didn't it? It wasn't just one thing. Yeah. And it got to the point where I was like, honey, we need to just get to the car and go. So that's exactly what we did. I didn't get a chance to go up the Philadelphia steps. You know, would it have been, you know, life-changing? Probably not. You know, it'd been nice to have been there and done it, but we did the Philly cheesesteak. We saw some wonderful parts of Philly, saw some other parts of Philly. So yeah, we went home, didn't we? Exactly. And it was a lovely day apart from like that. And it was a hot day as well. So bloody hot. I think, who mentioned it? I'm trying to think now. I think it was Lynn. She said, you don't want to be running up the rocky steps on a day like today. Yeah, like she's like, it's hot. You're not used to the kind of the temperature or the altitudes here and things like that. And we had the smoke, didn't we, as well? The smoke from Canada, from the wildfires. So it would not have been a good time to probably run up the rocky steps. I'd have got a stitch just looking at the steps. Like, oh yeah, after the cheesesteak, I probably shouldn't do that. So so you know, we're giving it to you all, you know, warts and all, good and bad, and it has, you know, 99.9% has been wonderful. But we know we're not foolish enough to think everything's perfect everywhere, because we know back in the UK, places in Bristol aren't great. London particularly, certainly not great. Birmingham, Manchester, you know, all these places have areas that aren't so affluent. Mm-hmm. And you come in across that. But that was something
that was, it won't be on the video, obviously, because we don't want,
have to censorship, censor anything.
No boobies on the show. No boobies on the show. So what else? What else do we have?
So we were talking earlier about customer service as well, and I kind of forgot this one, and I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but I think it's worth mentioning. So we have different experiences when we go to places like Cracker Barrel, and we always love Cracker Barrel. But we happened to go to Cracker Barrel on a weekend, and it was on our road trip, and we just happened to be hungry, and there was a Cracker Barrel. We said that looks like a good stop.
Yeah.
So we did do that, and the lady that was there and was serving us, every time I spoke, or most times I spoke, I don't think she understood me.
I think she's South American, wasn't she? And she didn't quite understand the English accent.
Or my mumbling, probably.
Well,
and I was trying to talk quite loudly because it was a busy Saturday or Sunday.
It was really busy, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
it was Mother's Day, wasn't it?
No, it was just before Father's Day. So maybe it was Saturday before Father's Day.
Can't remember.
Might have been.
Anywho, yeah.
And she really could not understand what we were saying. She did get our order wrong because I asked her for my order and it came out, and then I said to David, I think she's got mine wrong, and you've got my fries over there. Sorry, I ordered mashed potato, but I think she thought I wanted fries, so I think they're mine. And you went, no, that's what I ordered. I was like, oh, well, it's just me then that got mine completely wrong.
My two sides were fries and mac and cheese.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that it probably wasn't my best experience of Cracker Barrel. Even my food I didn't enjoy as much. Your food, because I had to try your food. Your food was really nice.
You had another bit of chicken in the end, didn't you?
I did. So I was a bit disappointed, because the reason I'm saying that is because she also recommended the particular item to me.
I reckon someone ordered it by mistake and said, I don't want this. So it was left on the side.
Oh, what's the shit? Trying to sell it?
I think so, because it wasn't like Cracker Barrel fresh.
No.
Because I had a piece of your chicken and I was like, look, I had the fillet. And I was like, look, have mine. Mine's really nice. Have a bit of mine. And anyway, the lady came over, and we get it. We get some Americans that don't quite. If I say water, sometimes people don't understand when I say water. But we were like,
can I just say as well? Sorry, this was the only Cracker Barrel we've been in, and I'm not saying we're au fait with all the Cracker Barrels, but every time we've gone into Cracker Barrel, you're going through the store, and there's one clear entry point into the restaurant area, and it says wait here. So and it's always when you go in to the right as you're looking at the tills where you pay. Well, we went there and we got a strange look, and then we realised afterwards, we got kind of ushered the other way, that there's two openings, and you kind of wait for a table at one side, and then I can't even remember what the other side was for. So it was different to any Cracker Barrel we've been in before. And again, this might be the norm in your states or in other Cracker Barrels. We haven't frequented all of them or that many of them at all.
We've been to a few Cracker Barrels now. We've been to a Cracker Barrel here in Florida, and it was wonderful.
We've been to a couple in Florida in previous visits. So we were at the table, weren't we? And also in most Cracker Barrels that we've been to, they bring out your cutlery with your meal or before your meal. So she brought out all of our food.
Oh yeah, we had nothing to eat it with.
And we were like, and that's when you asked her, didn't you?
I said, can we have some I was trying to be silverware, and she went, oh yeah. I think she understood what I was saying.
She did, but then she kind of ushered that you need to go and get them yourself, and that they're over there.
Yeah, so and I said, I'll get them. No, I said, I'll get them.
Yeah.
I said, look how busy it is. I can go just point them out if I'm supposed to be getting. Oh, they're over around there, and then she walked off, and I was like, okay. So I kind of just followed her, and as I went around the corner, she was like, "Those guys out there, I don't know what they're saying," or something along those lines, and she didn't know I stood right behind her. And then she was like, yes, and I sort of smiled. But yeah, she didn't know I was behind her. But it was something along the lines like, "Those guys out there, I don't know what they're saying." Woo! Stuff like this. And I was like, "Can I have the silverware?
Hi.
Can I have the silverware, please?"
So that's probably not a good way to do service. I mean, she wasn't mean, she wasn't rude.
She wasn't horrible, but she just didn't know what I think it was what you were saying.
it was probably me, because she did mention something to me about Father's Day, and I answered her, and then she went on to like what I said. She completely ignored and started talking about something else. So I think it was me.
Wowzer!
Thank you
Another
so
one.
much.
Super
You're
chat.
very, 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 very kind. You can't keep doing that. If you've got any, like, I don't know if you can put it in. You can put it in with the chat. So if you've got anything else to say,
please
just
say.
pop it in for us, because then we will
read everything out. Yeah, definitely. That is so kind. Thank you. So yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping this isn't like we're having a moan. I mean, I'm kind of laughing about it all now. You know, the stressful thing was when we were locked out and the kids and the kids were in the car and it's nearly 100 degrees. So, but now it's like, look, it was fine. The lady who didn't understand what it's probably a mixture of both of us. And just didn't quite understand.
I mean, we have found a lot of people to be friendly, and we do find service hospitable. But there was something that really did make us laugh when we were in Massachusetts, because it wasn't the staff, bless them, it was other patrons visiting.
Not patrons, as in our patrons, but
patrons visiting the restaurant.
I'm trying to think where you're going with this.
We were at Grill 101.
Oh yeah.
And it was next to our accommodation or hotel. We were like, oh, let's just go there, because I was trying to cook her something, trying to make it, and then I realized, I didn't have this, didn't have that, and then Alana was saying she didn't want that and she was hungry or whatnot, and I was just like, and you went, let's just go out. And this was at the point where Alyssa was still like, she still had a bit of energy to burn. She wasn't quite screaming.
Oh no, she'd gone past her sort of like screaming stage.
But she did scream the next day, didn't she? When we went,
but not in the restaurant. Not in the restaurant at all.
So I was like, I am not entirely sure if it's actually going to be more stressful going out for something sweet. But anyway, you convinced me. We went. We walked next door. It was fine. We got our table. We sat down. It was a great atmosphere. It was quite noisy in there with like music on. It felt like a lovely time. It was a Friday night.
Yeah, and I love the bars. There was a square bar where you got the servers in the middle. I love that, hanging out. Anywho, we were sat. So you come in, you go around the corners, like a little table here, and then another table, and then a third table by the wall. We were kind of in the middle. Like, great. Sat down. And forgive us if we said this before. I feel like we've told you this before. Maybe it was just the patrons we told. Sat down. So kids were great. Alyssa was in a high chair. Alana, Nakita, myself. These people to the next to us were on a first date. You couldn't help overhear.
Oh, yeah.
They were on a first date.
Blind date as well, because they were trying to get to know each other, and it was really quite cute.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to eavesdrop, but you couldn't help but hear their conversation.
When she went to the toilet, I was going to lean over and go, "How's it going? Is it going well?" But anyway, we hadn't long sat down. I think we ordered our drinks, and this couple come in, and the lady that says, "Where do you want to sit?" She takes them around to the table next to us. The lady looks at Alyssa and goes, "I don't want to sit there. I want to sit somewhere else." And I was like, "Well, it's a bit rude." 5 couples came in, one after another.
Were they
and
all
it
couples?
Was it was the lady, not the guy, the lady, all looked at Alyssa and said, "No, not sitting there."
And I said to Dana, so in their defense, it's a Friday night, they might be going out on a bit of a date night, they might have kids that they've left with babysitters or something, they might not want to sit next to other children. I said, I kind of get it. But then after like 3, and then it was the 4th people and the 5th people, I was kind of like,
I was getting a little bit eggy. Is that the right word? Eggy.
Do you even use the word eggy over here in the States?
Eggy. I was getting a bit
used it for ages.
Agitated, and it was kind of annoying me because I was like, what's wrong with my daughter? And I think that's a reasonable thing to think. But At the same time, I was like, well, they probably don't want to sit next to a kid, but she wasn't screaming. If they came in and Liz is going, and they see the kid, they're like, I totally get it. I'd probably do the same. But I don't want to sit next to a kid that's like obviously having a hard time or might be teething or something. But the lady on all 5 couples, I think the guys were just oblivious. The lady looked at her, spotted her. And when it got to the 5th one, I was getting a bit like, I'm going to say something in a minute. And then we had our food, lovely food, paid for our bill, tipped the server.
He was really good.
He was really very good. And I went out, and where the lady that takes you in, I said, we're leaving now. I said, don't worry, you'll be able to get people to sit at that table now because of our daughter. And she said, oh, no, it's not. Nothing to do with it. It's because it's by the door. And I was like, look, don't worry. I wasn't agitated. I kind of made a joke about it.
Yeah.
I was trying to make light of it. I didn't feel it inside, but I was like, I'm going to make light of it, but I want to say something. And it wasn't nothing to do with her, but
it was just like almost comical trying to watch her attempts at seating people next to us, and nobody wanted to sit there. But she did say, it's always a struggle to seat people there. She said, because it's the first table as you come in, it's right near the door and nobody ever wants to sit there. And we were like, maybe she's just trying to
be nice,
be kind to us.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
But then I get that. I mean, there were some lovely tables, there were some booths, there were some high booths around the bar area. So I get that not maybe everybody would have wanted to sit by the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think it was probably Alyssa.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was that. It was. We can laugh about it. That's the thing, we can laugh about it. We can laugh at ourselves, and
we did find that one particularly interesting, and we weren't. When we say we were offended, I don't think we were like really offended. It was just more of a talking point, and we found it a little bit funny that nobody could sit by us or wanted to sit by us. Somebody did mention, I think it was Two Awesome Dogs, when you said about Eggy, they also mentioned that I don't want to paraphrase it because it was funnier, but I can't see it now. Where is it? It was along the lines, there you go. Oh no, it's not there. Why can't I find it? But anyway, it said, there we go. Egg expert is now David. Wait a minute, that was Maya.
Touche, my friend.
Yeah.
Touche. Well played, sir. Yes, that's another one. We did mention it when we were in Michigan, but the first grocery store we went to was Maya, and I had my flip-flops on, really, really comfy. I've had them for years. They're Skechers, very comfy, but they've lost their grip quite a bit. And I think someone dropped an egg, and I was with Nakita, and I literally went down like a sack of spuds. I literally went down, and I hurt myself. I really hurt myself because my foot slipped. But as my foot slipped, I went to sort of compensate, yeah. And as I compensate, my ankle went like that, and then went over again, fell down, and then my other ankle went. And because both my ankles were on their side, and they were like almost like they weren't sprained, but it felt like they were. I couldn't get up.
And in the process, because you went forward like that, you kind of like kicked my back of my heel, and I was kind of like, what's he doing? Like, so why
is you from Argentina?
I was like, why is he kicking me?
You played football.
And
soccer.
Then I realised that he was like on the floor.
That was a joke, by the way, Argentina. I'm just joking. That was a soccer
it was
joke.
A soccer joke. No, I did just see that we had another super.
Oh no! Did we miss one?
Yep, sorry, I've just missed it. I'm just gonna find it.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. It wasn't too long ago. Don't worry. I've just been messing with the chat, haven't I?
But yeah, we've met some amazing people along the way. Super friendly.
We're just giving you a few of the funny things that we're offended at, and by all means,
What's
we don't
going on
mean
with
to
my
be.
hair? Look, I've got like Tintin going on here. What's What's that? There it is.
We
Look.
don't mean to. I can see it. We
Look,
don't mean
what's
to be
going on there?
disrespectful. It was just.
Oh yeah, no disrespect.
It's
Absolutely none. None.
That we found quite comical. There it is. Sorry, it's Dennis. Thank you so much, Dennis.
High five, fist bump, my friend.
If you've got anything to say,
yeah, just say it.
Just pop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry actually says, David, that's how I broke my ankle, but it was ice and snow. Yeah,
that I feel for you. That. I mean, I was like Bambi, wasn't I? Got the same sort of skinny legs, and I went down. Bang!
Bambi was a bit more graceful.
Bambi was a lot more graceful than I was. I went down like a sack of spuds.
The funny thing was,
what's going on there?
Oh, don't. It's probably how I've cut your hair.
Why is that so long? Nakita cuts my hair, by the way.
Turn.
Look how long that is.
Oh dear.
I'm not ready for a comb over just yet.
I'll sort that out tomorrow. The funny thing was, so David fell on the egg. We got to the checkout. We're putting our shopping through.
Oh, yeah.
And you always like to check the eggs once we get to the checkout, but I tend to check them before they go in the shopping cart. Anyway, you check the eggs and there was an egg missing, wasn't there?
There was an egg missing.
And then, so you had to go back to find the eggs to replace it.
I had to hobble back. But it wasn't, the egg that I slipped over was not the egg.
No, came from. Sure?
Definitely, it was closed. He couldn't have got out. It was closed, and it was in a shopping cart.
I think you just did it on purpose.
You jump out and
I'll just drop an egg on the floor. I'll pretend to split. I'll call my mate Morgan and put a claim in.
Yeah. And I saw Morgan and Morgan on the TV the other day. I was like, "What are you kidding me? I can't get away from this guy." Number one, can't get away from him.
So what else we were talking about? Oh, well, that was our shopping in Maya. We've visited lots of other stores, and we were in, what was the
I'm going to pick up country FM in a minute. I'm going to pick up the country channel. Oh, my exes live in Texas. What have you done to my hair? Look.
Anyway, we've had a few new
This ain't going to be in a video. I went to bloody Olive Garden earlier with my hair like that. And they wondered Ebony was laughing at me.
You've been rocking that hairstyle for a while.
I thought she thought I was amusing.
I don't know where to go with that now.
It popped back up. Yeah, it did.
What was I talking about? He has got alfalfa looks.
Or if you haven't, guys, please like this video and hype it. And if you haven't, subscribe.
Right. I'm just going to say, because Lois has put in, good evening, I didn't know you were on tonight, so glad I found you. So just for those of you that have just joined, what we've decided is we are here for about another week. And we've decided that because we can't get everything done, we're not putting out any more videos until we get back home. So we thought, because tonight is normally a video drop night, we would just do a live instead, and we'll try to do some other lives if we've got anything relevant to talk about or to touch on. We don't just want to, as you would say, jibber jabber for too long. But that is the reason as well, one of the reasons we're live tonight. So we're not going to be doing any more videos until we get back. We're going to just try and have a week's vacation from everything, because like we said in previous lives, a lot of people only see the finished video. They don't see all the unedited stuff, all the things that didn't quite make the cut, all the other things that we do that we filmed but something wasn't quite right, so it couldn't make it into a video or a short, or the editing and all the other bits and pieces that go on behind the scenes.
Voiceover.
So it was getting to a point, wasn't it? Like we were waking up, it was like both of us trying to work, sort out the kids, and it was just like, do you know what? We just got to enjoy the last week whilst we're here. So we've decided that's going to be what is going to be. And if I'm honest, we were trying to get some videos out before we left, so we'd have a little bit of a buffer. And then we were going to try to do all of our videos in almost a bit more in sync of when we were in those states. But we just didn't allow for that not being possible, and we don't have people editing our videos. David does all the editing, so if he's not filming, he has to edit, and it was just becoming too much. So that's that in a nutshell.
Yeah, I like to think that our videos have come on leaps and bounds. We really think about the videos now. We really think about entertaining you guys and telling a story. But with that takes an awful lot of planning, an awful lot of, sometimes I might have, 80 different clips I've got to try and piece together and make a story out of it and make it entertaining for you guys. So I know you all of you understand, and you guys are amazing. But we want to just let you know what's going on, because it was getting quite. I'd wake up rather than being refreshed, ready to go. I'd wake up quite anxious or quite stressed, and like, and it's like I'd never have got the video done today. I'd never have got it done, and it's the upstate New York one, and it's like it takes a lot of energy and a lot of work to piece these things together. And it's like once you've done one, and then you've got to do the thumbnail and everything else. Once that's done, it's like I've got 2 days to edit the next one. I've not even done anything, so it's like okay, it's okay, it's okay. Your core audience, the ones that really care about you, understand. And you've been amazing. Some people don't, it's hard because you're saying like snapshots, but like when we've been on traveling, like 3 days we were traveling.
Yeah.
You can't edit while you're in the car because I'd be sick. I'd probably throw up because I can get car sickness if I'm looking down. So it's like 3 days out or things like that. So anyway, not woe is me. Great position to be in, but we want to let you know that's what's going on, and that's why things might be no sort of uploads, particularly until we're back in the UK. We are going to try and do a short every day.
Yep. Shorts
have been doing very, very well for us, and not the ones you put on, but the short videos and reels. So Facebook as well, Instagram. Please, if you haven't checked that out, we try and do little bits on there. And Patreon, sorry, if you want to support us, Patreon is a great way to do that. Anywho, next one.
Oh, next bit. So we were talking about favourite stores, and you were talking about falling over, and I was saying about, actually I think I mentioned it, but what was the store we went in New York? It was that was a great store. Really nice store.
I've got a picture of it.
I can't remember the name of it.
I put it to the pictures, didn't I? But it was
whilst you're finding it, Alana fell over in that store, so I stupidly bought her some sandals, or they're not really flip-flops because she wouldn't be able to keep them on, but I bought her some because I thought they were cute and she liked them, and they had glitter on them and they were rainbow and whatnot, and she loved it. And Hannaford, and they just don't really have any grip. So you went one way to look at something, and I think I was looking at something, pushing the shopping cart with Alyssa, and Alana ran to get to you, but these shoes don't have any grips, and stores, obviously the floors need to be washable, so they're normally like tiled or laminate or something, can't they? And she ran and she just went and slid sideways, and because I wasn't right there, I just realised that she'd fallen even though I hadn't seen her fall. And the poor guy that worked there was like, is she all right? And she was like, yeah, I'm okay, I just wanted daddy. And she was fine. I think it was more her ego, because she gets embarrassed quite easily. And I think because somebody saw her fall, and I'm the same, like I'm one of those people that if I fall over, please just laugh, because if you go, are you all right? I'll probably go, no, I'm not. But if you laugh, I'll just start laughing as well.
See, I'm the other way around. I'd rather people go, are you all right? Rather than just laughing.
No, I'd rather somebody laugh, like kind of with me. But so Alana also fell over. So I've not put her back in those shoes, and because I'm a bit worried. So she's been wearing her little Crocs everywhere, hasn't she? Which I think that probably time she gets another pair of Crocs, because even though she only got them just before we came out, I think she's having another little growth spurt. But
upstate New York, I have to say, I mean, like all the other states, really, really friendly, incredibly friendly. It was just, I'm very ignorant and naive, and I'm ugly enough and old enough to admit that. When people say New York, I always think city, and I think most Brits do. But to see upstate New York, the people there were wonderful. The lady that was helping us when we were at the checkout, an older lady, do you remember? She had to check your ID, and you went to go and help her.
Oh, yes.
And she said, "Oh, I really like your accent," didn't she? You know, it's like little things like that, and I really like, oh, you're cute, your kids are cute and stuff. And I was like, that's lovely, I love that. And that was, upstate New York, and you wouldn't think that, me being ignorant and naive, and I, up until now, I have been, but to go there, I was shocked in a nice way. I was pleasantly surprised, and the people we met and saw, and it was the 4th of July when we were there. Everyone was in a good mood. There was a party going on next door, and I kind of wanted to put my head over the fence and go, "Hey, you right? We're all friends now, but can I come and join the party?" But I didn't.
Talking of the 4th of July, we did have plans to do quite a lot for the 4th of July, but it just didn't happen with us being on the road. And I know I touched this in the last slide, but we wanted to be in Canada for the 1st for Canada Day, which meant we had to quickly get somewhere for the 4th, and we were just too tired to go out and enjoy the celebrations that we intended. And the ones that we were going to go to, there was some reason, I think the weather, and I think it was like a hit or miss of whether the celebrations were actually going to happen. As it happened, Alyssa went to sleep, so we were like, well, we couldn't have really gone out anyway. And I did bring, Alyssa's got like these little ear defenders, hasn't she? And I did bring all of that as well, thinking like the fireworks, like to protect the little ears. So we didn't quite get to do those celebrations, but we still did celebrate it. But
oh yeah, the neighborhood.
We've done so many things, but just like family moments as well. So like the 4th of July for us was more of a family moment.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of the celebrations go on for not just that particular day. So we did go and see various different things. It's just that we didn't put it into content. We just decided to take some of those times, didn't we?
And some of the guys in, the households that we saw, they went for it on their fireworks. I mean, they went. I mean, what some of these guys, so like people's homes were that impressive. They're almost sometimes like a British professional like display. Now, because obviously we're in the summer, it gets darker later. So I know, obviously, Alyssa needs to go to bed early. So by the time she goes to bed, normally it's still light or going dark. So we were like, oh, it's going to be late. We were thinking about the kids. And not only that, there was quite a few mosquitoes, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
We went out in the evening. I'm picking up bloody Chat FM now, Absolute Radio.
Sorry.
And so we were like, oh, going to be outside. And where the display was, it was near a lake, wasn't it? So we were like, lake, there's going to be loads of mosquitoes. And the parking, there wasn't much parking as well.
No.
And it was, I was like, we can't walk. Well, we could have. I don't want to spend 3 hours walking.
No, we wouldn't be able to walk.
Get bitten. And there's no sidewalks along some of the places. And I was like, you know what? Let's just enjoy this at home. Okay. Enjoy the neighborhood, and get a sense of like real sort of America, people, working families. And I was outside. I got some clips, and I was like really engaged. I was getting bitten, but I was really engaged with it. And there's the house behind us. I mean, it's a shame. There's like big trees. They went for it. I mean, I was hearing bangs I've never heard so loud and like so big. And I was like, wow, America knows how to do fireworks. I mean, it was proper, like, whoa. And Alana loved it. So we were like watching. You were watching from inside, weren't you?
Yeah. So
mesh door, weren't you?
Accommodation that we had is something that you don't have in the UK, and I don't think I've really. They probably exist in other like climates that are warmer, but the screens, and then you have the door. So we had the front door open and we had the screen just there, so nothing could get in, but we could like see everything that was going on.
You could smell the gunpowder.
Yeah, and it was just fun. So we were running between the front, the back, and the
the front and Alana's bedroom, wasn't it?
And also the kitchen. So we were running around. It wasn't a very big place we were in, so it was easy. We were like, oh look, there's one over there. So we ran to the back, all whilst Alyssa was asleep, and then you decided to go outside. We were tempted, Alana and I, but then we thought better of it because you
made the right choice.
We were inside. We had our snacks and our drinks, and we were fine. And if I'm honest, it was only like the day prior to that. The first time I got bitten, the whole trip was in New York. So we kind of made it like halfway round before coming back down. And I got a bite, didn't I?
And we have been spraying as well. It wasn't like we just went out. We did spray stuff on us, and I still got bitten. But I wanted to. For me, I was like, look, this is 250 years. You're witnessing a bit of history now. I really felt I wanted to be part of it. I really wanted to be part of the celebrations, and just be like happy for America and go like, great, you got independence, going strong, it's I just kind of wanted to get involved. But yeah, that's why I went outside and saw all these like crazy fireworks, and I'll try and piece that into the New York video. But yeah, that was epic.
Talking of bugs like mosquitoes and bites.
Oh yeah.
So we had a couple of mosquito bites here and there, or bites from various things. But we went and saw some friends the other day, and I was helping Alana. I thought, what's that on my leg afterwards? And I went like that. Well, you can't see that. I went like that on my leg, and there was a bloody ant on my leg, and the little thing bit me twice.
Not little.
It wasn't quite little. It wasn't quite that massive ant that we saw in Pennsylvania
with
Brenda. No, it wasn't that. But yeah, the little bit me.
Yeah. We've got quite a relationship with ants now, haven't we? Since this journey.
This was kind of going to be my next point. So we have stayed in some lovely places, and I'm not going to lie. There's not really, apart from one hotel, which I'm going to say it wasn't cleaned the best. And when you've got a crawling baby, she gets covered quite quickly as well. So you notice things more.
I think a lot of these franchises, it's all down to the manager. Yes. It's like the Cracker Barrel. It's like Taco Bell. Wherever, and hotels are no different. If you've got a really good manager, Bucky's.
Yeah.
You got a really good manager that gets it, and all the team are singing off the same hymn sheet. You can tell as a consumer, or as a visitor, you can really tell the difference if it's run well or it isn't. And that's not a reflection on America. That's the same anywhere. But the manager needs to have a clear view of what success looks like, what service looks like, and I don't know where I'm going with that, but
I kind of got on a soapbox there. So there are lots of places in the UK that we've been to that have not been cleaned as properly as they should. But yes, I think it was the case that the carpets needed a real deep clean, and I think they also allow pets in this particular hotel that we stayed in.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, me and the girls saw some dogs in one.
Was that why there's a dog turd in our room?
That was you.
It was me, yeah. So we're talking about ants, aren't we?
No, but I'm just saying about the hotels.
Yeah.
So I think there was probably various bits of dirt that got walked into that carpet, not just from pets, from people willing their suitcases. And I think the carpet could have done with a clean, not the floors. And obviously that's not going to be done on a standard clean. So I think that's where Alyssa picked up all the dirty knees and
her knees and her feet and her hands were black, weren't they?
That was probably the only downside of some of the accommodation. But every other little accommodation we've stayed in has been really quite nice. And we've booked various different things. We've booked hotels, we've booked places on Airbnb, which is kind of like a villa, or what do you call it, a villa?
Well, an apartment.
Bungalow or apartments, those kind of things. And we stayed in a particular place. I don't really want to mention where it was because I think people might have known it, and I don't want to give them any bad review. Okay. But we stayed in this one particular place, and it was in like a bit of a wooded area, I'd say. So there's lots of trees around. It was quite a natural place. There was another
story before then as well. But we're not doing it in order, are we? Yeah.
I've digressed.
You've digressed.
Well, I will. I'll go back to the beginning then. So first place we stayed in
You're not going to tell them where it was, though.
No, the first place we stayed in Florida.
I'm not going to tell you, but I am.
No,
I'm not going to tell you where we stayed, but it was the first place in Florida.
Oh, because I was on to somewhere else, wasn't I?
Okay.
So the first place we stayed in Florida was lovely. However, there was a little bit of an ant issue, and it was only in like the bathroom, I would say. There was quite a lot of ants, and we got there and we thought, well, maybe somebody hasn't been in for a little while or something. So we just got some boiling hot water, put it around the bath, ants were gone. A few hours later or the next day, there was a lot of ants again. And it wasn't like they were foraging. Well, they probably were foraging, but they were just like...
It wasn't a casual intruder.
No, there was a few of them. And then I sat on the sofa one morning editing, and I was like, something's tickling me, and it was another ant, and I was like, this is getting on my nerves now. So we had a little bit of an ant issue in the first place, which I did report back to the owners so that they could do something about it, so that if future guests will come in, because I think that these places don't always know. So you need to bring them to their attention.
Yeah, they're beholden to, like, the cleaners and people going around and telling people there's something wrong. If they don't get told, they think everything's tickety-boo.
Yes. So I'd rather tell them and not give them like an extremely bad review, but be honest with my review of it, but not do anything that would detrimentally affect their business. So I just let them know, look, there's ants. And to be fair, the lady got it sorted out straight away. We had pest control round, they sorted it out.
She did say to start off with, oh, well, it's that time of year. And it's like, well, yeah, but there were so many coming in.
Yeah.
There was no perimeter protection, let's say. Anyway, she jumped on it.
She got it sorted.
Great. She was great.
I felt bad because I was outside sorting out something in the Wagoneer, and as I looked up, I noticed like a hornet's nest forming by the garage, and I saw the hornets around it, and I was like, I'm just going to let her know. And I thought, I bet she was thinking, oh my gosh, not her again. She's moaning about something else. But I wasn't moaning. I was just like, when your pest control guy's out, you might want to ask him to take a look at that, because you've got two. You had one, there was one by the garage and then another one by the bedroom. And again, if somebody gets stung, that's one thing. I don't know what it's like over here and if it's the fault of the owners or not. But I know if there's, in the UK, if you've got certain places, like say you're going to a theme park for the day and they've got a wasp problem that they're not managing, you can get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, there's a wasp, it stung you, fair play. So I wanted to let her know so that she could have got it sorted. And she did. But then we went on to another accommodation and there were ants. And I was like, oh, this is getting on my nerves now. And they were like, to start off with, it looked like just one or two ants. And I was like, okay, well, I can deal with this. They're in the kitchen, right? That's fine.
I mean, one or two, you just go, look, it might be a casual intruder.
Yeah.
Not like, 50, you wake up in the morning, there's 50 ants.
But then it was like, you took a plate out of the cupboard and there was an ant on it. And then you even saw like an ant walking a crisp across the kitchen. You're like, what's that? What's going on there? And I found them, I started finding them like on the bed, in Alyssa's cot. And it was like, Alyssa's cot we brought with us. It's been over here. So it's not like in all of their furniture, they're just getting in everything. And I'm like, I've had enough of this. But luckily we only stayed there for a night, so it wasn't too bad. But
there was, just to recap on the travel cot. So that's ours.
Yeah.
So as Nakita said, it's not been in a cupboard in that one place. So we're taking it with us everywhere we go. Alyssa had a sleep, and I think her nappy leaked a little bit. So we changed her up, took her out. Got on kind of, I think she was having a nap or something. Later on, when we're going to put her to bed, there was these like big black rings in her bed, like that sort of size. I was like, what is that? And you look closely, it was all ants, all where she, where it seeked out. All these ants, black.
When I say a nappy leaked, it was just a wig.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't poo on it.
She had a little leakage, and when we took her out and settling her back down, before we could go back in to like change her sheet and everything, that like black circles was like, what's going on? We can't put her back in there. So she had to go in the bed whilst I washed everything. And I said, I can't put her back in that cot because the ants, like, even though the ants weren't in there at that point because I got rid of the covers and everything and washed everything, I was like, I can't put her back in a cot, which I know the ants are probably going to go back into from that floor area. So I'm starting to like itch my leg here where I'm getting like itchy about bugs. We'll keep it brief with the bugs.
It wasn't the end. Look, it wasn't the end of the world.
No, it wasn't the end of the world.
It's just like little minor inconveniences.
But I was glad we left there. And we weren't there for too long. To be honest, the place was very small, but we were only staying there for the night, and it was somewhere that we were like.
Is it night? Well, yeah, it was 2 nights. I think it was.
We were like, well, we weren't staying there for long anyway. We couldn't have done because I think we would have not had enough space for it longer than 2 days anyway.
I mean, our cases took up half our bedroom, didn't it?
It did.
So.
I'm not sure. Is that it for the bugs?
Well, we did see someone just mentioned about the giant cockroaches. We've not seen giant cockroaches. We did see one cockroach, but I said to you, look, they're so common, like Florida. They're so common over here because of the temperature. In the UK, if you've got cockroaches, it's a hygiene thing. There's something massively wrong with your hygiene. Over here, because the temperature is so hot, cockroaches are very, very common. And it's not a hygiene thing. Not always. I mean, it doesn't mean it's definitely not a hygiene thing, but it doesn't automatically mean it's a hygiene thing. So, yeah, we saw like one or two, one dead one, didn't we, once? And it was like, it's fine. Just get rid of it. So, yeah, I don't think there's been any.
No, I think that was just our little encounters with the bugs. But I felt like some of those ants made it into our suitcases and things. And when I unpacked in another place, I was like, there's a bloody ant. And I managed to get rid of them. So I apologise for any ants ending up anywhere else and joining us on our travels. I might have put an ant in a different state than I should have done.
But funny enough, the theme tune for our holiday, particularly for Alyssa, is The Ants by the Wiggles. So she's really got into the Wiggles, which is an Australian.
They're actually in Orlando.
We won't be here.
No, because literally, if they were here, it's like 3 days before her birthday, and we'll be back home. I was like, oh, she would have loved that. We could have taken her to watch the Wiggles.
But like the ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah.
It's like sing along with David.
Yeah, it is.
Getting some kind of.
I'm getting the Wiggles TV now, Wiggles radio, and she loves it. And literally, we've listened to it pretty much all the accommodations, don't we?
We do.
So so it's kind of, it's kind of funny and ironic that her favourite song is like the ants go marching one by one.
And we only thought of that
Huzzah.
Later on, didn't we?
Yeah.
There are probably a few more funny things that we could talk about, or a few things that we haven't managed to get into videos. But I know obviously time's going on, and we've not really done many Q&As, if there are any.
Now is the time. Have a quick go on this stress reliever.
You've been quite stressed, have you?
What's always talk of ants? It's made me,
stressed.
Made me stressed. I'm going to go quickly get another beverage. But questions now.
Oh,
it's over to you.
I'm in the hot seat for this one, am I?
Yeah.
So
keep it nice, guys. Keep it nice. Keep it nice and polite.
Could you get me one?
Yeah.
So, this is me trying to look. I saw my name, so I'm going to look at that one first. Terry, Nakita, maybe invest in a travel vacuum just in case you have some uninvited guests. Do you know what? I should. And I picked up some tips as well throughout the journey. Like, some of the places we've been to haven't had the tea and coffee making facilities. This is more like hotels. And with the girls, particularly Alyssa, I need to get hot water for a bottle. So I should have picked up a kettle or something, electric kettle at the start of the trip, and little things like that. But yeah, I should have bought a little vacuum cleaner. It would have been handy because the Wagoneer needs a little bit of a clean inside now because there's been lots of snacks eaten on the road. So I need to do that. Coco, what kind of beer are you having? We've got a. I can't say it, can I? Is it the Yingling? Yingling. We've only had one. Been looking forward to a little beer today, and I wasn't going to have one, but then I was like, oh, I might as well have one when we're on this life. David, heading to Gatorland attraction. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We've put a few ideas out there of what we're going to try to do in this next week. But we don't want to be doing too much that we don't feel rested. Because David and I said, today is the first day I've woken up and I've not felt completely shattered. Not since Michigan anyway. So I feel like I'm slowly getting a little bit of energy. That was the word I was looking for. Slowly getting a bit of energy back, and I don't want us to all go doing everything and then getting back to the UK, because literally when we get back home, it will be like not all hands on deck. We've got lots going on when we get back from America anyway, that before we know it, we'll be back into the full swing of everything, and it will feel like we've not had a vacation. So we want to try and have a little rest there. Okay, so Sockham Reader, what has your favourite American food dish been so far for you and David?
Oh, there's such a difficult one, because there's been so many different foods.
This is for you, Coco, just showing you.
You know what? I really enjoyed the Philly cheesesteak. That was really good. I really enjoyed the Detroit style pizza. Really enjoyed that.
You really enjoyed the Chicago hot dog as well.
Yeah, Chicago hot dog was yeah.
There's been a lot of good food that we've had, and there's been some things that we've had like off camera where we've been like, oh, we need something to eat tonight. Let's just go out rather than cooking something. And we stumbled across somewhere and it's been good food and we've not filmed it. It's been like, ugh. But do you know what? It's going to be a cop-out kind of answer, but there has been so much good food that I really need to think about it. But
whitefish tacos.
Yeah, see, they were really good.
I can't believe I'm saying it.
And it had me thinking about it the other day as well, because we were talking to our brother-in-law about it, and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, they were really, really good.
They were really good. I was like, what is going on?
But also,
I'm like changing. I mean, I never used to like pickles until I went to Texas. Now I love pickles. And it's not like I'd not had them before. I'd always take pickles out of burgers.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's or Burger King, because that's all we really get in the UK. I mean, it is getting better now, but I just I don't like them. And then I went to, Texas and had some. I thought, I really like this. And then Alan Whetstone said, oh, you want to try bread and butter? And he got us some, didn't he?
Yeah.
Never looked back. And then I'm like, and I was quite Olive Garden. Quite adventurous, wasn't I?
You were very adventurous.
I was adventurous with the starter.
And that kind of leads me, I know I've not answered that question as well, but just to say, Jeff's asked us, how was Olive Garden? And Olive Garden was really, really good. Those adverts we've kept seeing on YouTube where they've got the Olive Garden food. I nearly said Olive Garden or something like that. Anyway, the Olive Garden food. I was like, I really want that pasta dish. And I don't think I had that pasta dish that I kept seeing on the TV, but it was lovely. Really enjoyed it. And the good thing was, because there is so much food, because you get the unlimited stuff, we've got so much food that we came home with that we get to have seconds.
We didn't eat it and go, we want more, and then box it up.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, we boxed up a lot of stuff. I purposely didn't go mad, learning from the smorgasbord. Now, I've learned quite a few things from that. That's another video that blew my socks off. Don't go mad. Don't go mad with your first plate or your starter. So I kind of remembered that lesson. That video hasn't come out yet. I'm very much looking forward to sharing that video with you.
Well, this was probably going to be one of my highlights of food. There has been so many. Yes, but that roast beef at Shady Maple.
Oh, and the brisket. Jeez.
So,
I mean, I literally wore "I'm here for the brisket" t-shirt. Certainly not tongue in cheek or disrespectful in any way, but I was like, look, I've had Texas brisket, but I was bloody shocked at the quality, the smoke flavour. I mean, I knew what bit I wanted. I was like, don't want the flat. Don't give me the flat. I want that bit. And when he came out, he brought a brand new one out. I was like, that bit over there, that's like where the burnt ends are. I was like, have some of that. And I put that there. I was like, I took it. And I was like, it was really good. It was really bloody good. 200 feet of serving space just for food. And it's all different. Oh, I missed that. That was good. That was good.
Now, Christopher's asking, have we tried any Puerto Rican food yet? No, not yet. And I keep, like, this was one of the things as well. When we got to Florida in particular, I was like, right, we're going to do this, and this. And we took longer, I think you took longer to acclimate and get yourself settled for some reason. Because normally you're fine, aren't you?
But normally I found it. I'm 48 now, so I actually found it. I've been coming here for 31 years, and it was the first year I've felt not my age. I'm not like older and that, but I've just felt like I'm not 21 anymore, and I'm just like, I'm really tired. I'm like really no energy, tired. But Puerto Rican food, and I feel like we have to sort of say this. There's so many places we want to do and see and experience, and all I can say is, please reach out to us and let us know. And above that, please don't think we're disrespecting anyone or anyone's style of food because we haven't been there. There's just so much to see, so much to do. The last thing we're about bringing people together, not dividing people up. But let us know where you want to go. So if you've got a Puerto Rican restaurant, please email us.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Like with some of the suggestions, we've had some suggestions on social medias as well, that you might not have been aware of prior to coming over here. So I had all these plans of things that we could do in the first week of Florida. And with you being tired and us trying to get things done, and then, like we said in the last live, swapping over the car and little hiccups along the way, sorting out the amp problem, we didn't get to do much content that we were planning, and we didn't get to go far. Yeah. And then coming back down, I thought, right, we're going to be in a completely different part of Florida. We're going to be able to do all these things. But we were all so tired that all we wanted to do was just get to the one place, which is here, so we could just relax. I think it took us a good 3 days, not even to feel normal, but to actually unpack, wasn't it? To actually unpack all our stuff and go, look, we've got a couple of weeks here, unpack everything. But, my sister came over, she was itching to see the kids, and I just remember sitting there going, my neck, because we had sat down for so long. I'll talk about it. We haven't been eating the healthiest stuff in the world, but not only that, we haven't been moving. Mm-hmm. I've been sat down for so long. All my digestive system is backed up, and I'm so bloated. I'm so but to be sat like this, my neck's hurting, back's hurting, and then to sort of start moving again and get things moving, without going into too much detail. But it took a fair few days to sort of I don't even want to say acclimatize isn't the right word, but to sort of feel half normal again. That makes sense? Yeah. So, as far as social media goes, my beautiful wife does all the social media. You do all the editing for reels and shorts, and you do all of that. So I just haven't got time to look into, Facebook, and you've done an incredible job. Our Facebook has gone from 1,480 followers, 1,480 to 13,500 since we've been here. It was over 2,000. Was it? It was over 2,000 because that was my goal last year, wasn't it? To try and get it to 2,000. It was over 2,000, but yes, it's a lot higher now. But that's not just down to me. That's down to you doing things like letting air blow up your bum and stuff.
And Morgan.
Without you, I don't think Morgan are getting as many views, to be honest, love, or many followers on Facebook. I think we're going to get a legal suit somewhere.
I've got a question for you guys. Can you let us know what you call them? Do you call them crash or accident chasers? What do you call them? Can someone text or message in the chat? What do you call them? Something chasers? Is it accident chasers or crash chasers?
I moved the chat, so I've missed a few things that people were putting in the Q&A. So please repeat them, or I'll just go to some of the bottom chats. So sorry,
ambulance chasers.
I move them around at times.
Thank you.
Thanks Baggins Wolf for following us on Facebook. But
thank you.
I think it was LA. What's the rest of your name?
LA. No,
it's not that kind of LA. It's like LA, like Los Angeles. LA.
Oh, right.
What did you say? You said about the hallmark, the watermark on. Thank you so much for suggesting that. I'm going to do that from now on. So I did see your suggestion.
What's that?
So put in our watermark on our videos, because when people reuse the videos, they don't always credit us. And obviously a lot of people have been doing a lot of remixing.
That's really good.
Which I haven't been doing that. So I will try to do that as well.
That's a really good idea. Yeah. I mean, I got no issue with people reacting. Actually, I stumbled across an Australian guy reacting to our American barbecue love letter, or American barbecue love letter to America. His channel's bigger than ours. He did a really good job. And he didn't know us. And he was like, I've got all their details down below. Go check them out. And I was like, I got no problem, but just check our little link down, or just say, look, here we are. If you want to see the original, that's all good. So, I see lots of Cuban.
Yes, we had a Cuban sandwich.
We had it in Florida.
We did. We had a Cuban sandwich in Florida before, and it might not have been. I sound like such an idiot saying this. It wasn't as good as the Cuban sandwich we made at home, and we actually, when we dissected it afterwards, and were talking about it, we decided it was because there was not enough sauce on it, and I think it lacked that element. But
I thought the Cuban sandwich we had was really nice.
Yes, but
personally,
it wasn't better than mine, was it? No, I'm joking. But I'm not. I think I like. I like to think I'm honest when it comes to my reviews, and if I like something, I'll say.
I'm not.
No, I'm talking about myself. I can't talk on your behalf. If I like something, I'll tell you I like it. If I don't like it, I'll tell you I don't like it. And I thought that particular Cuban sandwich was nice, but I think the Cuban sandwich that we made was better, because you guys often say to us, you need to do this, you need to do that when you make stuff. And I think one of the things, and I got the memo on this one, was you need quite a lot of the sauce. So that's what we did, and it worked really, really well. And I think we loaded it up quite a lot. The Cuban sandwich we had here was really nice, but it just felt a little bit dry. And it needed more sauce. That's what it was. Yeah,
it's a fair comment. And we need to listen to you guys massively. And it actually kind of leads us on to what one video we recorded today, BLT, with American bacon, like actually authentic American bacon, American tomatoes, American lettuce, American mayonnaise. And we grilled and we toasted. So we've literally listened to thousands of comments on how to do it. And I think we've made the ultimate BLT. But again, that's going to be a while down the road, that one. But we're trying to record. So we're not just sat here on our bums doing nothing. We're obviously looking after girls, but we're trying to film some bits as well, aren't we? Yeah, Puerto Rican food. I definitely want to be up for that.
I would love to, because I think this is part of the conversation that we had on social media as well, like on the messages. we watched a documentary, Somebody Feed Phil documentaries, and we really enjoyed them. And I remember watching the one and starting to watch it where he was in Florida, and then I haven't finished watching that one. But the part I got to was that he was eating Puerto Rican food, and I thought I really want to try that. And I heard that whilst we are here in Florida, there is a big Puerto Rican community, and there is a lot of food, as is their Cuban food, and that's why I really wanted to try some. But I honestly don't know if we'll get it done between trying to relax and maybe film a little bit more content.
We've got a list of things we want to do, but my sister lives in Florida. I don't get to see her that often, or we don't get to see her that often. She idolizes the kids, and we'll be back. We will be back. So please keep the suggestions coming. I'd love to try some Puerto Rican food. Definitely. We want to try and do some of the chains as well. I know it's not always popular, but in terms of the audience, lots of people want to see that, don't they?
Mm-hmm. And we touched on it earlier with our patrons. It's like a lot of the fast food places. I know some people, or I'm going to say quite a lot of people, so don't go to the chains, go to the mom and pop shops. We do have a bit of an obsession and I'm going to put it more widely than British, the European community, with the fast food restaurants, because we probably get Burger King, KFC and McDonald's. We might get a couple of others.
Popeyes has just come into Bristol.
Yeah.
Literally.
And we've got Carl Juniors or Hardee's that's come in Cardiff. So there's a few more cropping up.
Five Guys.
But they're not like as many places as over here. So literally, we're in Orlando. You know that there's so many fast food joints in Orlando, and it's just like crazy the amount that you get. So every time we see somewhere, like anything, we want to try it.
Yeah.
Like we could spend, I think we said earlier, like 6 weeks. I think I could quite easily spend a year just in Orlando trying all the different restaurants and things that I've seen here. And that's a mixture of fast food, mom and pops.
Yeah.
There's even the guys at the side of the road that sell watermelon. And there's a guy that you wanted to try that I think on the weekend he takes his smoker to the side of the road.
He's got an offset smoker and a little, what are they called?
Like a gazebo.
Gazebo. And he cooks brisket and ribs and stuff. So he actually cooks it there. And he's on the side of the road. And I really want to try and support him, because I feel, in that heat as well, there's no air conditioning in Florida this time of year, next to a smoker. The guy's an absolute legend, and I'd like to do that. I don't think we're going to get time to do that either.
No, there's so many great suggestions. And Bob, who is it? Kappa 303, we were talking about Five Guys. Yes, Five Guys, we haven't had it here in the US, but we had it in the UK, and it was ridiculously expensive.
It was very expensive.
I didn't think it was as good as it should be for that price. However, I don't know if it's better quality over here. So there's all like things that even though we might not have a good experience in the UK, we'd still try it in the US before we really slag them off.
Yeah, I mean, listen. We've gone from like fast food to a smorgasbord, Shady Maple. Okay, mass-produced food. The quality was incredible. Now, hear me out. Where I'm going with this is for 3 of us and a baby, including a tip. Okay, 3 of us, so Alana as well, including a tip. All you can eat. And it was $60.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was like, that was one of my biggest, not quite like Niagara Falls, because that was just like, wow. But in terms of food, if we're talking about food, quality of food, and even like the chicken was like it tasted homemade, didn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't like commercial, stack them high, sell them cheap kind of thing. And I was just like, they can serve 2,000 people in a day. I'm like, you kidding me? And the food is all like fresh, high quality. But going back to the money side of things, the Five Guys, how much was that? That probably cost us more than $60. Would it cost us more than $60? what we had in the UK, but we had that at Shady Maple. Yeah, brilliant.
I've lost my train of thought. Brenda asked if we've gone to see your dad's memorial tree yet, and that's another thing that we wanted to do whilst we're here. So we haven't seen it yet, but we were planning like to have a family day and do that. So there's all these things that we want to do in this last week and try to have a bit of downtime. And I know some people will be like, you were there for 6 weeks and you only got that amount of videos, and we'll be like, yes, but of those 6 weeks, how much traveling did we actually do? And how much, this is what I was saying earlier, how much did we see and experience that won't be on videos or on camera?
Yeah, and the thing is, the kids take priority.
Oh, always.
Sometimes we want to try and do something and the kids are not having it. So it's like, well, we're not going to do it. So yeah, it's difficult it's impossible. That's going to be another shock for me. I realised that, I don't know what I was drinking or smoking when I thought we could do all of this. But I've learned so much from that, and I've learned sort of like okay, manage expectations, and it's difficult. It's difficult because sometimes people go, well, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's like, yeah, we should have done, but we just we didn't do it on purpose.
I think it's managing our own expectations because we've done it. We've done this trip. Yes, we've been really tired, and I don't think we underestimated how big the US is because we've been here. We've admittedly not travelled as much. The most travelling we did was between Florida, North Carolina, Texas, and Oklahoma prior to this trip. And we've travelled a little bit around Texas. So we appreciate the size and the scale of things. I think what we didn't appreciate was how tired we would be, and also how many down days we would have, whether that be traveling or just needing to relax, where we wouldn't get things done. And I think I started off with the itinerary of what we were going to be doing, and it was like, but we will need a day to edit or a day to just chill, or hang on, we're packing up and leaving that accommodation there and driving to there and blah, blah, blah. But I've also got planned that we're going to do 20 million videos in between. I'm like, it's not quite right then.
I mean, it's look, we've learned a lot. We've learned so much from this incredible journey, and it's we are so lucky and so blessed to be in a position to at this time to be able to do this. And the memories we've got, it's a shame Alyssa probably won't remember any of it, but Alana will remember bits. And for us to have those moments, as a dad as well, to spend so much quality time with the kids is worth more than $1 million, without a doubt. If someone was to say to me, David, I'm going to give you $1 million, but I'm going to take all your memories away from this trip with your children. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I wouldn't do that. That's worth more to me than $1 million.
Well, we wouldn't, we've said it before, we wouldn't have wanted to do this trip without them. It's some of the places that we've stayed, we've booked intentionally because it's got a room that Alana might like, whereas we are on a sofa or something. Do you know what I mean? It's we try to do things. That's why I know a few of you had a question. The room we're in is a Star Wars themed room. I think it was meant to be for Alana, but I think really it's for David. But it is quite fun because they've decorated it with Star Wars. Alyssa's terrified of that, by the way.
No, there's stormtroopers.
No, and Darth Vader.
No, it's Kylo Ren.
Oh, well, Alana did actually. She did correct me. I was like, oh, Darth Vader. She said, that's not Darth Vader. I was like, yeah, it is. You can tell I'm not a Star Wars buff.
Don't say beam me up, Scotty, or anything like that, all right?
Why not?
That's not Star Wars.
I was joking. Live long and prosper. Is that it?
Rain's coming out of the neck.
Hang on, where's your sniffer thing?
Sticking it in my ears and all sorts, trying to get as much in as I can.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. We've tried to do things that the kids would like, and
that's me.
No, it's all of us, and it's even Alyssa. It's we've thought about. Okay, so there's places that we could stay, which would be really nice. But what is there to do for the kids? Like, what can the kids do? What would they have fun doing?
Oh,
and
yeah,
especially with the off days. And that's one of the things with the hotels we booked. I didn't realise that a lot of the hotels have pools over here. Because that's not something that we have in the UK, is it? Not all of them have pools, like some of them would. And it's been nice just checking into like a Sparks or whatever they might be, like the Hilton, and then there's a pool that Alana could go in should she wish. It might not have tea and coffee in your bedroom, but you got a pool and all these like little things, like the downtime that she might need from the road trip, because they've been great.
It's a real, I want to tell you a really lovely story now, and how far Alana particularly has grown, not in terms of height, but we don't have swimming pools or anything like that. And I know a lot of you will not have swimming pools. And, you know, we sort of said, look, particularly at the beginning of the holiday in Florida, we wanted something with a little swimming pool. And like this time now, we got a little swimming pool as well. When Alana first went in the swimming pool 6 weeks ago, she was not scared to go in the water, but she had her armbands on, and she wanted me to hold her, or you to hold her in the shallow end. And I'm like, no, just put your feet down. You can touch the ground. Oh, I don't want to do that. Now, 6 weeks later, she's got her armbands on. I say swimming. She's not swimming without armbands, but she's kicking her legs, doing like a doggy paddle, swimming with her armbands to the deep end and back. Okay, obviously we're watching her, but on her own. She's floating as like a star, and she's mucking around but having fun. And now we've got like a little mask. Now she's putting her head underwater, and just before, I know you went in earlier, I was telling her that you can breathe out. So I was like, when you go underwater, breathe in, put your head down, but then you can breathe out. And then she's realizing now she can stay underwater longer, because she's still like, you hold your breath, and then after a while, like, oh, I've got to breathe. And it's like, well, you can breathe out. And she was underwater for a while. So she's gone from wanting to be held in the shallow end where she can stand up, to floating, swimming up and down. Admittedly, she's not swimming without armbands. I appreciate that. To putting her head underwater, looking down with a like mask on, and then blowing out. And I just think that is a massive win. Out of all the videos we've done, that is a massive win for us. Mm-hmm. To see that confidence grow. And I know Nakita does it exactly well. We celebrate it. We really go, well done. So proud of you. That's so good. You know, that's brilliant. You know, and I think that's just wonderful. And as as a father, to see that confidence grow, and to see how chuffed she is with us, and to be able to celebrate that with her is, in my eyes, for me, a massive blessing. You know, I know it's for you as well. Yeah. But guys don't always get that opportunity to see a lot of these things. Particularly, no one gets 6 weeks. No. And she hasn't been swimming in between. She did that one swim in, was it Massachusetts? Yeah. The pool was really cold, but it was good. It was great fun. But seeing her here, and we try and do swimming a couple of times a day with the kids. And it's just been wonderful. That's been something that A, you will not see in the video, but B, we wanted to share with you. But to see that growth and that confidence in our little girl has been incredible. No, it definitely has. And I think, like a lot of you are saying in the chat, it's been great to see her water confidence improve, and it is a massive safety thing. Yeah. And I've taken her swimming quite a few times, and she was doing really well, like swimming. She was jumping in as well. Again, with her armbands on, or I don't know if you call them armbands over here.
But we had to borrow a new pair actually because the pair we bought over from home,
Speedo as well.
Yeah, one of
Good
them
brand.
had a puncture in. So I don't know how that happened. But then there is a little one that crawls with teeth, and she likes to bite things like that. So she might have punctured it.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
But so we bought her some new ones actually. It was in May before the egg incident. So she's
got
those. But Alana would also get lessons at school because over in the UK is part of the curriculum which they teach them how to swim,
which is great.
It is great. So she going to swimming lessons is not going to be like every day. I don't even, maybe it's once a week for a while.
And I think things like that are amazing. Life skills at school. I still think kids, even from that age, young age, should be taught first aid. I genuinely think kids, it should be mandatory, not mandatory, that sounds a bit like, but for kids to be taught basic first aid, those life skills are going to set you up,
I think as well, we're going deep now, but like when you become a parent, it's the only thing and only job you can do where you're not going to be qualified for it, and nobody actually tests if you're ready for it in any way.
There's no book, is there?
No, and then it's like you're just left to deal with this baby. I know you can get some support, but I think it should be mandatory for parents to attend a first aid course.
Oh, yeah.
Choking.
Yeah. Chest compressions. You can't do it
the same way, can you? Safe sleeping. All those little things that you don't even think about or wouldn't think about until you had an incident that you should need to know.
And dealing with stress as well. It is okay if a kid's having a bit of a breakdown. It's okay to put her in a cot as long as she's safe and just walk out and cool yourself down. That's okay.
Walk out the room, not walk out the house.
No, not out the house. What did I say? House?
You just said walk out, and I just thought.
Yeah, no, not the house. Walk out the room. Get your energy in a better place because it's stressful. You're tired.
Yeah.
For ladies, your hormones are all over the place. And it's things like that would be I think would be really good. Go back to, I'm not sure, go back to basics, but it pretty is. Even it's things like how to build a fire. Things like that.
Yeah.
How to build a shelter. These little things that I think would be great fun for kids. Get them outside, making little shelters. How to cook something. All these little things. But I definitely think first aid would be in a school would be amazing. I think it's just a life skill that they can be, that will follow them. But particularly babies, because I've always been a first aider. Wherever I've worked, I've always done the course because I'm interested in it and I want to, you never want to be in that situation, and I've never been in that situation. But to save someone's life or to keep their heart going while the professionals come along to keep them alive is something incredible. Not that you want to be in that situation, but yeah, that's why I'm quite passionate about it. I've always been a first aider.
I know there's also in the chat, there's lots of love for Alana and lots of congratulations and celebratory remarks. So we will pass them on to her because she
what about the swimming?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Lots of people clapping her and things. So
I feel like I've really been not very good at interacting. Sorry, guys.
You've also put your glasses on as well.
I still can't read it that well.
No, to be honest, it is quite hard reading the chat sometimes, especially when it moves, and then I get lost on what's happened. So it's quite difficult.
Watch out for eggs on the floor.
Leslie's put, do you have anything like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts in England? Yes, we do. So we have...
Not cookies, though.
No. There's rainbows and brownies is the girls' version of Beavers and Scouts. So in the UK, you have Beavers and Scouts for boys, don't you? Although I think now...
I thought... Beavers is girls.
No.
Cubs. Boys are cubs, because I was a cub, and then you can be a scout. Beavers are girls, and then girl guides. Definitely. Beavers are not boys. I think, if anything, beavers might be over here.
Okay. Well, I didn't do any of that when I was growing up.
I'm pretty sure.
I know there's boys and girls. Well, there was when I was growing up, boys and girls alternative. So there was Cubs and Scouts or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
and then girls were rainbows and brownies, and then now I don't know what exists now, but I know Scouts is still around. Did you say Scouts?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
when you get a
Scouts.
bit older, you're a scout.
Yeah, so Scouts is still around, but it's open to boys and girls now. You don't have to be like just boys or just girls. They've mixed it. So I know because they do that in the church hall by us.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just going back. For me, it would have been the 80s, but it was Cubs. And you had Arcala, and you had all your badges and stuff. And then once you get to a certain age, you get kicked out because you're too old, and then you go into something called Scouts.
Brutal, isn't there? The brutal life of a scout.
Yeah.
But I think Alana will benefit from some clubs, but I think for her at the moment, it's been about getting her confidence in interacting with others. And it's something that we've always said, the girl that she is behind the camera is not the girl that she is in real life around anyone other than us and immediate family. She is actually really shy. She takes a while to come out of herself, and it's the same with other children. And I think it's taken her a good couple of years of going to preschool setting to get more comfortable and confident around people that's not us. And she still sometimes cries when I drop her off, and like she doesn't want to leave. And
yeah, it's not good.
It's
horrible.
It's heartbreaking. But the whole reason that we did that for her and tried to introduce her into it was so that she would grow in confidence. So she is still incredibly shy. And I think when she's starting school, I think she's going to that's going to be a bit of a challenge for her. I think she's going to have a great time. She's going to enjoy it. But I think she's also going to...
It's going to be tough, going to big school.
Yeah, she's going to find moments where she feels... like I know she will. She'll feel insecure and she'll miss us and all the rest of it. But I think it's great for her to grow in confidence, and then she can start to do some other clubs and stuff as well.
This is why, and again, I don't mind admitting this, I think you are mentally a lot stronger than me. Whereas when you took her to preschool for the first time, I was getting choked up saying goodbye to her at the door. But I knew I'd find it very hard not to cry.
Well, you don't
letting her go to preschool. And I know you might go, your kid gets upset, you might all of a sudden get this like strength from somewhere to be strong for her and go, no, you're going to be fine. And then get in the car and sort of then blub. But I'm feeling it already about her going to what we call primary school.
Yeah.
And she's going to have school uniform. It's not just Friday and Monday. It's going to be every day. And I don't know. I don't know. It's my little girl.
It's still.
It's not. It's. Yeah.
It breaks my heart too. Yeah. And when you're there and you've got to pass your child over and they're crying and you've got to encourage them to leave you, it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. But anyway, we've got to do all we can
bloody work
to support her and develop her as a person, and that's why things like this is very important to us. And I know it might feel a bit alien to some people, but putting her in these situations which she's not familiar with, I think that's why this road trip's been good, because she's not had really, apart from this last week, a base, because we've been moving around so much. She's been meeting so many people. We've been going to so many different places that she's not comfortable with. The only thing that's been constant other than us is the Wagoneer.
Yeah.
Like that's probably been a little safety net. And I just saw that Doug put in the chat as well.
He warmed up. She warmed up.
Yeah, he said I can vouch for that. She started to warm up to me as we were leaving.
But Doug, you were great, because Doug was like, yeah, I know kids. They're like, they don't. All kids are different. But kids take time to warm up, and you were great, Doug. You were great with both kids, and there was never, I never felt. Sometimes I feel embarrassed. I'm like, come on, Alana, just say hello. But I think Doug really got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got she's just a kid. She's just a kid, and sometimes we have to remember she's She's still only 4. She's 4 years old. 4.
Yeah. We look at her sometimes and I think you expect more of her, because sometimes like you can have a real in-depth conversation with her at times, and then other times she's being a child, and it's sometimes having that like grey area where you think, oh no, she is a child. And
I know.
Because I find myself, especially since I've had Alyssa, going, oh, Alana, you just do me a favour, could you go and grab that for me? Could you go and do this? And she's so helpful. But then I go, actually, I shouldn't be asking her to help me with some of the, it's never, it's pass me this, pass me that. I want her to feel helpful. But sometimes I'm like, I think I expect too much of her and forget that she's still a child as well. It's like, I don't know if this is just having a second child, because this is still relatively new to us. But I find sometimes Alana wants a bit of attention, and I'm like, oh no, you're like, just wait a second.
It's so hard.
I've got to have Alyssa. And then it was like last night, both girls went to bed quite late, didn't they?
Oh,
and I said to you, I was like, well, you could have got Alana to bed so that I don't have, because I tend to do bedtime. So
I was in the doghouse.
Yeah, you were. Have another sniff. No, I had to get Alyssa to bed. So I got Alyssa to bed, and she wasn't settling as well as she normally does. So I was like, right, this is taking a while. Eventually got her to bed, thinking that Alana might be a little bit more ready for bed than she was, and then I can get Alana to bed. But that you would get Alana to bed, but you didn't. And I was like, right, now I've got to spend another 20 minutes to get Alana to bed. So by the time I go to sleep or sit down or just have that 5-minute chill, I don't always get it. And it was because Alana was going, no, I want mummy to take me to bed, which she does quite a lot.
In my defense, you were taking Alyssa to bed, and I went, Alana, come on, you clean your teeth, get yourself to bed. And she goes, mummy. And it's like, she goes to, I don't know, she goes back. It's almost like she goes back 2 years and goes, mummy. And I'm like, I've been here before, whenever you've gone out or something. And if you push her and go, come on, she starts crying. And I was like, Alana, come on, mummy, I want mummy. And it's like, it's so hard to know what to do. But the greater good was making sure Alyssa went to sleep.
It was.
And I knew that if I pushed Alana, she would get really upset and start crying, and then wake up Alyssa, and I would really be in the doghouse.
No, and so when we spoke about
it was like, look, make sure you, and I was like, look, okay. I made sure she cleaned her teeth. I said, right, we go upstairs now, we clean our teeth, we wipe our mouths, making sure we are, brush our hair, make sure we're all ready for bed. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I said, good girl, thank you. We went back downstairs, said, come on, do you want to go to bed? Mummy. And I was like, look, it's not worth it. We're on holiday as well. It's not worth the aggro. And I was like, look, okay. I thought Nakita's going to be down in about 5 minutes, and then. But
After we spoke about it, and you said about Alana being how she was, saying she wanted me, and saying that she would have just started crying, then I said, and I agreed with you. Yeah, actually, had you tried to force Alana to go to bed, and Alana would have cried, and then woke Alyssa up, and I would have been back to square one anyway.
John said, you got to pick your battles. He's absolutely right.
No, I think he means you. But I don't even know why we got onto this conversation, actually, or how I got onto this conversation. Yes, I think that was it. I sometimes just think that Alana is older and doesn't necessarily need a mummy hug or a bit of comfort from me. And I forget sometimes that she is only 4.
It's so hard. I'm sorry. I've got to say this. David just said, I just saw a message very, very quickly. David said, wait for number 3. Alyssa's in the middle child. Laugh. I'm like, no, that's not happening. NC Citizen said, hey, yo, Morgan and Morgan. Thanks. Well, just to remind me. Thank you.
What was I going to say? Oh my gosh.
I'm 58 and I could use a mummy hug. Yeah.
What was I gonna
We all love
say?
our mummies, you know. And it's the way it is, you know. I've been there. I've been like, you know, a kid, and it's like, oh, I want my mummy, you know. It's just like that comfort. Daddy's like fun, you know, good, fun. I want to be around. No. I'm joking. Mummy, Daddy's the fool. He jokes around, he mucks around. But when you hurt yourself, you want your mummy.
No, and there is a study about that as well, and it does say and support that children often go to their mums for comfort, but their dads, they kind of release that adrenaline and what's the feel good thingy?
Endorphins.
Yeah, for like just having a laugh and a joke. So I completely get that. And it's like earlier you were playing with Alana and I was like, this is going to end in tears because both of you were like, she was calling you Big Bad Wolf, wasn't she? And like chasing you or something. And then you were chasing her. And I was like, I can see this going really wrong in a minute. And I'll probably have to be the one that tells you both off and then picks up the pieces, but you were having fun at the time.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, kids, they push it, don't they? And you go, look, you're not going to win this one. And then you sort of pick her out and go, ah! And you go, right, okay, we're done now. Yeah. And then she like goes, because she wants to do it again, you know. And I'm like, no, we're done now, we're done. And the next thing I'm sat there and I'm like in the pool and all of a sudden I get a bloody ball in my head. And she's like, and I'm like, you're going to get it in a minute. You're going to get it.
Oh, congratulations, NC Citizen. I'm going to be a grandpa for the 4th
time. Hey!
That's lovely.
Congratulations.
Congratulations and prayers and best wishes for safe arrival.
Wonderful,
of the baby and for mother
and
well.
mummy and baby. That's great news. Congratulations.
Yeah, Lucy, you're absolutely right. Remember, she's still your baby, even if she's not the baby. The elders need to be reminded that they're not forgotten from time to time. No, that's true. I always tell her as well at night time. I say, you're always going to be my little baby. And she just gets excited for life as well. She's a very excitable little girl, isn't she? But also shy. It's strange, isn't it, in a way, but it's lovely.
And she calls me Pappy.
Pappy, yeah.
Pappy. I love you, Pappy. I love you, Pappy. I'm not even sure where Pappy came from. Where did it come from?
Don't know.
But yeah, she's such a lovely... But the shyness, I get it. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want her to be like me. I don't want her to be like me. Shyness held me back for so many years. I'm like, you need to help her. I want to help her with that. And the thing is, because you're shy, it can come across like you're being rude. Or she'd play up because she's embarrassed, or like she'd do stuff, or, you know, and I'm just like, come on.
Well, this was it. When somebody put it in the chat, like she still managed to have fun with Lawrence. Well, to start with, she was really quite shy, wasn't she? And clammed up and almost like a little bit bordering on being rude because I don't think she knows yet or hasn't got those skills how to react. So she doesn't quite like just hide. She kind of like, no, or like she'd be silly, and it's like, you know, like
play raspberries and stuff. And it's like when you're with someone new, it's like, and she doesn't know how to act because she's embarrassed or shy, and it's like
so clumsy as well that like she'll do something, and I think with our first, like when we were first going around, she'd like do something, fall and hurt herself, and then it would be like, she is a drama queen. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not a drama queen.
No, she is a drama queen, and it's like the smallest thing is a big deal, and I'm trying to get her out of that because I think she does need to toughen up a little bit for school because she doesn't want to be like the crybaby, and she is really sensitive, and I don't want to change her, and I don't want it coming across that way. But with little things like, I don't know, what was she doing earlier? And I was like, no, stop the drama. But, we all got into the car and we were going literally 10 minutes down the road. And that's not like a parent's 10 minutes is going to be an hour. It was 10 minutes. And I just got back in the car after strapping the girls and sat down. She went, Mummy, no, I've dropped something. I said, Alana, what is it? She said, my bone or something. I don't know what bone she was on about because she didn't have a bone, but she dropped something that she was pretending was a bone. I was like, Alana's going to have to wait 10 minutes. I've just got back in the car, I've strapped in, we're just about to drive, it's 10 minutes. And then she went to start crying. I went, no, we don't want a drama queen about it because it was literally no reason. So yeah, she does need to toughen up a little bit, but she takes a while to come out of her shell, like Doug said. And that was what I was going to say. To start off with, she was really shy around Lawrence and Tara, but by the time the end of the day, like...
Well, you could see in the video, I mean, Lawrence was brilliant. I mean, they both were. But Lawrence was like running down the park with her. You know, he was really good. You know, you can tell he'd be an ace. He'd be like the best uncle ever, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, he's a mixture of shyness. I did see someone message that. You know, he's shy to a degree, bit of an introvert.
Yeah.
In a nice way. And yeah, so yeah, it's getting that sort of mix, and she's going to school and stuff. But yeah, we've been on for 2 hours. I reckon we should.
Yeah, we should wrap it up because yeah, we've had a busy day today.
2 videos. Two videos today.
And as I say, we need to have a chill out, but we are going to have a chill the next couple of days, aren't we? And just do some low calm things as well.
Well, we're going to do some more videos.
Yeah, we will. We'll be getting some done because we want to make the most of the time.
But thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe. If you want to support the channel even more, we do have a Patreon, all that good stuff. And all that leaves us to say is take care. God bless.
See you on the next video. Thanks, guys.